I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight to help celebrate the marriage of Julie and Blake. We appreciate everyone's efforts in being here with us tonight.
Pause all these words that we keep aiming with. Who said it first? Who said it first? Let's not go down like this. Take your pain, take all of the emotions that you feel. Give them all to me.
We are here to celebrate a great couple that have known they were meant to be together for many years. It all started on the sidelines of an athletic field. I'm not going to get into that with you guys.
13 years ago, we never could have predicted what life would have in store for these two baseball game companions.
Julie, you have so many traits of both your parents and your grandparents. They will surface for you in time, just like the sword of Gryffindor in Harry Potter. They'll come to you when needed.
All the things we used to do. Give in to me and I'll give in to you. If you need it, or if you need to win, then
As most of you know, Blake is the youngest of three boys. Being the baby of the family comes with many perks, such as learning from your older brother's mistakes. While we couldn't stop Mom from giving him frosted tips, we like to think that we've laid out a pretty well-paved path for Blake to follow.
I just wanna make your dreams. So give me
Everything she does breathes compassion, whether it be her career, showing compassion for her patients, showing compassion for animals, or simply her kind and calm presence, showing compassion for those around her. Blake never wanted to follow anyone else's path. He just wanted to be Blake. He was a skater boy.
I don't think he actually ever learned how to skate.
He was in a rock band.
He played the bass, but not very well,
He even brewed moonshine in a basement.
which is probably easier than getting a fake ID.
The person we just described doesn't sound like the Blake we know today. That's because 12 years ago, Julie entered Blake's life and helped guide him on his path.
So give me your electric touch.
I've never been much of a gambler or ever played cards, but what I do know is all these years I've known Blake, he is one of the best poker faces I've ever seen. What I mean by this is, Blake, I never quite know what you're thinking. But what I do know is how happy you make my cousin. What I also know is Blake and Julie are two of the kindest and most empathetic people I know.
Yeah, we were talking, oh so close, on this Friday night.
Blake, I love you so much, and I really can't wait to be married to you, to be your wife, and to love you forever. You have always been there for me. I promise to be there for you.
Julie, parentheses, my soon-to-be wife, close parentheses. I love you so much. It has been a long time coming. 12 exclamation points, years. But we're finally here. You're amazing, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have you as my wife soon.
You are my true love, my buddy, my bee, and almost husband. I love you so much, and I can't wait to marry you.
Love you.
So this time, yeah, this time, I'll get it right. So can I call you on a Sunday afternoon?
From the beginning, Julie saw through Blake's rebellious hobbies and loved him for the caring person he was. But that doesn't mean that she tried to change or tame his rebellious side. Instead, she helped lead him to himself.
On a Sunday afternoon. Now the time's gone, but
Again, I never know what you're thinking, Blake. But that's a spontaneity that will keep you guys young. And speaking of young, let's talk about how long you guys have been together. You've been together so long, the iPhone still had a button on it.
slow it down. Look around, I wanna give you my time. The weekend story
I personally am not the same person I was in middle school, high school, or college, and to see you guys grow up and evolve together throughout these times has been a breath of fresh air. Blake, I'm so happy you're joining the family, and in meeting your family throughout the wedding process, I see where you've gotten your kindness, and I know Julie is joining one of the most remarkable families.
So can I call you on a Sunday afternoon? Don't want my words.
Trish and I realized that Blake and Julie were more than friends when they asked to be left alone when they said goodbye together. Looking back on it now, there is nothing that feels more right than Blake and Julie together.
Sunday afternoon.
Blake and Julie are two of the kindest and most empathetic people I know. How kind and empathetic, you ask? Julie can't get through a day of work without crying with one of her patients, because when they cry, she cries.
We love how you and Blake are there for each other in the good times and the bad. How you enjoy a night out with the two of you, with all of your friends, but most importantly, how you both value time with your family.
So can I call you on a Sunday afternoon? Don't want my words to be confused. Under the shadow of the moon, we'll do it right, bring it to life. Why don't we leave it?
Julie forever will be my baby girl, but now I'm officially handing her to her groom for safekeeping.
Welcome to Julie and Blake's wedding.
And love is what has brought us here.
This is an opportunity for all of us to share not just in the joy of Julie and Blake's love, but also to reaffirm and appreciate the love and the friendship that each of us experiences in our own lives.
Chase away our pride and our fear.
There is a saying that strong parenting gives children roots and wings. Roots to remind them of where they come from, and wings to show them what they can become. Julie and Blake are grateful to have been nurtured by such loving parents.
And love is what has.
How did these two meet? So our bride and groom met a very, very long time ago on the t-ball field, watching their older brothers playing. At least that's Julie's family's version. According to Blake's family, it happened during their brother's football game.
Chase away our pride and our fear.
Whatever the sport, their parents and brothers became friends, but it took Julie and Blake a little longer.
Carry it with us.
Friendship became dating once they reached the ripe old ages of 12 and 13. Right from the start, they showed their caring sides by bringing each other soup when they were sick.
Lift your head up so high.
Julie says she knew really early on that Blake was the one because she could feel so real when she was with him. Blake, too, feels Julie is supportive of his interests. He loves Julie's empathy and kindness, not just reserved for those she's closest with, but extending to everyone who crosses her path.
Is what has brought us here.
One of those lucky beings is their beautiful baby dog, Buster, who loves to be close to both of them. We certainly can't blame him.
Chase away our pride and our fear.
Clearly, these two are originals, and whoever is in their orbit can feel how special they are and how much they both love and need each other, not to fill their emptiness, but to experience their fullness. Now we invite Julie's parents, Trish and Steve, and Blake's parents, Denise and Mike, to join them in a candle lighting, symbolic of the joining of two families.
To carry on.
Julie and Blake will now share their love for each other by reciting their vows in front of all of you. They are excerpted from a poem called I Love You by Roy Croft.
I love you, not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you.
I love you, not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me.
I love you for the part of me that you bring out. I love you for putting your hand into my heaped up heart and passing over all the foolish, weak things that you can't help dimly seeing there, and for drawing out into the light all the beautiful belongings that no one else had looked quite far enough to find.
I love you because you are helping me to make of the lumber of my life not a tavern, but a temple. Out of the works of my everyday, not a reproach, but a song.
You have done it without a touch.
Without a word, without a sign. You have done it by being yourself.
Do you, Julie, take Blake to be your husband, to have and to hold, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer, to love and cherish forever until death do you part?
I do.
Do you, Blake, take Julie to be your wife, to have and to hold, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish forever until death do you part?
I do.
Your rings are circular. They have no beginning and no end, symbolizing unity and eternity. And in the words of the great poet Rumi, your rings invite you to step out of the circle of time and into the circle of love. Now, in witness to your love and your commitment, and by the power vested in me by the state of Illinois, it is my absolute pleasure to pronounce you legally married, husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Pierce. You've waited long enough. You may kiss.
We'd like to officially welcome Blake and the Pierces to our family. Even though technically they've been part of it the past 12 years. We could not be happier or more proud of this union.
Julie, you've always felt like our little sister, and we couldn't be happier that now you officially are.
Let's go. Come and start this fire. Oh, let's go. We're letting go tonight. Oh, let's go. Come and start this fire. Oh, let's go.
And thank you, Blake, for never wanting to be anything like us. And instead, showing us what it looks like to take the path less traveled.
Here's to whatever path Blake and Julie take next.
We love you guys.
Julie, you've been like a daughter to us for so many years. I am so lucky that my mom and I get to take you shopping for all of the high school dances, for your dresses. And look at how she looks today. Gorgeous.
Let's go. Come and start this fire. Oh, let's go. We'll let it go tonight. Oh, let's go. Come and start this fire. Oh, let's go. We'll let it go tonight. We'll let it go tonight.
It's time to relax and enjoy the rest of the night with lots of good food and dancing. So let's raise our glasses and toast to the newlyweds. To Julie and Blake Pierce, here's to a long, happy, healthy life. Love you.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be.
Denise and I have been married for 32 years. Throughout that time, I've learned there are 3 key ingredients to a happy marriage. Communicate with each other, kiss each other daily, and always, always share your dessert.
With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually.
Cheers to the bride, groom, and Buster, who wishes he could be here but was pulled away due to a prior engagement. Love you guys, and cheers.
Take it, it's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me when I am with you. There's no place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be.
Blake and Julie, cheers to a lifetime of love, prosperity, and happiness.
And babies.
Babies, there you go.
When I am with you, there's no place
Thank
I'd
you to the
rather
beautiful
be.
bride, Julie Pierce. You look beautiful tonight, as you do every night. And I'm so happy to be spending the rest of my life with such an amazing person.
You gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shake me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be.